before we going to start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Salsabila Aldiana Madani. My last name is 046.
Okay. My name is Vira Patricia. The last name is 043. Next.
My name is Aurora Febianti and my last name is 044.
Okay, I'm Ika Yukutuk Sumalastari with the ending name 068.
The first material will be explained by Lira.
Thank you, Salsabila. The first one is definition. Definition is how communication is the study and practice of communicating promotional health information, such as public health campaigns, health education, and patient-provider interaction. The goal is to influence individual and community discussion that enhance health. Okay. The next.
The next one is importance of health communication. The first is improve health literacy. The second one is encourage healthy behaviors. The third is supports disease prevention. And the fourth is engage patient or provider relationship. And five is reduce health disparities. Next. The K of components. The one is message. That's clear, accurate, culturally appropriate. And second, channel is a media, interpersonal, and digital platform. And the third is audience, patient, families, communities, and stakeholders. And the four is feedback, is a understanding, response, and behavior change.
Okay, the next presentation by me, models of health communication. Like number one is linear models. Like one-way communication, for example, is radio, broadcast, pictures, announcement, and many more. Number two is interactive model, like a feedback between sender and receiver. For the example is like this class discussion. Number three is transactional models, like a continuous and dynamic exchange. Like for example, is communication between a partner, like a sellers and buyers. Next. Next is strategies in health communication. Number one is advocacy. Number two is social mobilization. Number three, behavior change communication. Number four is use of mass media and digital platforms. The last one is interpersonal communication. Okay, the next presentation will be by my friends.
So the next one is about simple explanation about health communication barrier. The first is low health literacy. This means someone finds it hard to understand and use health information. For example, they might not understand the instruction on a medicine bottle or when they need to see their doctors, and this can lead them to making mistakes with their health because the information is too confusing and too complicated. And the second one is language and cultural differences. This happens when a doctor and the patient don't speak the same language or have different cultural beliefs about health. A patient might describe their pain in a way the doctor doesn't understand, or the doctor's advice might not make sense in a patient culture, causing confusion and poor treatment. And the third is misinformation and misconfused. This when false or wrong health information spreads, especially online. People might see a fake cure on social media and believe it's true. motivating them to try dangerous things instead of following the real medical advice. This myth can make people scared of good treatment like vaccines. 4. Lack of trust in health providers. Some people don't trust doctors or hospitals maybe because of a bad experience in the past, or they have heard negative stories. When there is no trust, a person is less likely to listen to a doctor's advice, which can make their health problem even worse. The 5th is limited access to communication. This means not everyone can easily get health information. Some people may not have internet at their home, a smartphone or a television, so they miss out on important health news and announcements that could keep them safe. And the role of technology. The first is social media campaign. This when health groups use sites like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok to share health tips. They can post short videos or simple pictures to reach a lot of people quickly. And then telemedicine. This basically having a doctor's appointment over a video call on your phone or your computer. It helps people to live very far from a clinic or who find it hard to leave their house. And then mobile health apps. These are apps on your smartphone that help you manage your health. For example, an app can remind you when to take your medicine. And then One Health Education. This is when you can go trusted websites to learn about health. You can read articles or watch videos from real doctors and experts to understand the disease or learn how to live a healthier life. Next.
Okay, case examples in 2 points like the COVID-19 communication. Number 1 is public health complaints about mass vaccination and social distancing. As point number 2 is commenting misinformation, short official source.
Okay, thank you, Dayu and my friends. So the last is conclusion. Health communication is essential for improving health outcomes. An effective strategy requires clarity, trust, and cultural sensitivity. And the combining traditional and digital methods make.
If you all have any question, feel free to ask us. Okay, the first one would be
Okay, question. What is the main goal of health communication?
alright. Okay, anybody ask again? Okay, yeah.
Mention 3 key components of health communication.
Alright, that's all. Mita.
Okay, I want to ask what is the difference between the linear and transactional communication models?
Okay. Last one.
Okay, I have a question for you all. How does technology contribute to health communication?
Okay. Let us discussing about this first. Okay, the first question will answered by Lira.
Okay, thank you. The answer from question Omi is to influence individual and community key discussion to improve health. Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna answer VI's question. For the question is mention 3 keys of the components of health communication. Okay, 3 keys or 3 point is message, communication channels, and audience.
Thank you.
And I want to answer Mita's question. The question is what is the difference between the linear and transactional communication models? The answer is the linear model is one-way communication, while the transactional model involves continuous and dynamic information exchange. Are you understand, Mita?
Yes, understand. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the last question. The question is, how does technology contribute to health communication? So the answer